Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We are continuing our budget modal cycles, or budget mechanics modal cycle, looking at the Khans of Tarkir cycle now. So these are all budget, well under 50 cents actually, modal spells. This is the complete Khans of Tarkir cycle. These are using the wedge tricolors. Okay, anywho. So these are higher power than the Mirage charms we covered earlier. So in the previous video I covered the Mirage charms. The first two are pretty much unplayable at this point, I think. The last two were not bad. I would still put them in decks, in the right deck. Even with modal spells, it's nice because they give you options, not really that you have to stick to that one thing the spell does. So yeah, even if you have 2 of the 3 options might be useful, probably worth playing. Number 5. Mardu charm, good old Mardu, hey! Anyway, alright, so another kinda interesting thing about this, maybe, is that this is the first time they use bullet points for the modal spells. So they used to put it in a big paragraph that was kinda hard to read and hard to follow. Bullet points were such a good idea. It makes it so much easier to just understand. Okay, so Mardu charm. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Usually enough to destroy a creature. Put 2 1/1 white warrior tokens into play. They gain first strike until end of turn. Very situational, but maybe. Finally, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You can choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. That is a lot better than it sounds. Discard is not hard to find. Discard where you choose what they discard. A non-land, non-creature. Again, your Jeskai decks, your Grixis decks, if you're playing against one of those, this is just a terrifying option to have. Once again, you don't have to do that, you can just choose removal too. So anyway, 11 cents. Number 4. Jeskai charm. Mardu's my favorite. Jeskai might be my second favorite. Alright, so definitely top 3. Alright, so for, again, Jeskai, blue, red, white. Choose one. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Kind of janky removal, but removal nonetheless. I think it is maybe better in Commander, where they have to say, oh, do I want it to go to the top of my library? And, or do I want to put it back in the command zone and have to pay the tax, or am I just going to wait and have to draw it next turn? So you're kind of burning the card draw on just getting their commander back and not having to pay the tax. So yeah, it's a bit more of a tricky thing in some things than others. Anyway, it deals 4 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Planeswalker, that's great. It's going to stop those ultis from going off. Opponent, it's really good if you can boost the damage, like red has a lot of effects for that, or if you can copy the spell. Once again, something Jeskai's good at. Or yeah, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain lifelink until end of turn. Jeskai loves some tokens. I think I have this in my Jeskai Convoke deck. If I don't, I gotta put it back in. I know it was there at one point. But yeah, +1/+1 and lifelink. When you've got a bunch of tokens, that's good. 11 cents. Number 3. Temur charm. Okay, Temur. Really good color combination. Not one of my top 3, but basically is it with green's ramp, and usually uses a lot more big creatures and things like that, because you've got Gruul in there too, right? You've got red, green, and you've got for its punchiness, and then you've got is it for its trickiness. So it is a nice combination in general. A weird one, but still a good one. Okay, choose one. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Meh. It fights target creature you don't control. That's some removal right there. First of all, removal. Secondly, if you've got any kind of effect that's triggered by taking damage, or if it's reflecting damage even, That's great for this, right? And red, you're going to have a lot of access to things like that. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Don't like that one. The spell costs you 3 to cast and the tax is 3. If you're paying 3, the tax should be like 5. Creatures with power 3 or less can't block this turn. That's a good one, alright? Especially in a multiplayer game, there's going to be someone with creatures where almost all the creatures have power 3 or less. Probably making your attack unblockable to someone. Anyway, 13 cents. Number 2, Abzan Charm. Okay, Abzan I think is the strongest overall combination. It is not my favorite as I said, but the strongest I think. So white, black, green. Oh boy, Orzhov and Golgari together. And Selesnya. Oh my. Anywho, especially they love tokens, but I'm going to stop rambling about that. Exile target creature with power 3 or greater. 3 or greater. You're just going to exile a big creature. Those are the creatures you usually want to exile. You want them not attacking you, and you're just going to be able to do that. Also, 3 or greater is not that hard to find. You're going to find a target for that. Alright, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Always a nice option. Distribute 2+1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures. In decks that care about +1/+1 counters, that's going to be super useful. That's going to set off a whole bunch of other triggers that will pay off. But in general, I'd say that's maybe the option that's the most like situational. The other two, drawing cards or exiling a creature, you're going to want to do that at some point during the game. Even if it's just more card draw, awesome. If you're in a situation where you have very low life, lots of cards, and they don't have any creatures with power 3 or greater, then this won't be useful. That's a weird situation. I don't think I've ever seen that situation. Anywho, 11 cents. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps so much. It really does. Anyway, number 1. Sultai Charm. Sultai, I think, is a funny combination. Again, that's black, green, blue. A Golgari plus counters. So, not nice. Simic as well. Simic and Dimir in the mix. Mean one. I think Golgari plus anything is great, but yeah. Okay, choose 1 destroy target monocolored creature. It doesn't matter. If they have a Wooburg deck, if you're playing against like even multiplayer, let's say you're playing against like 3 Wooburg decks, there's no way they don't have a multicolored creature. You're gonna use this. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, monocolored creature, artifact, or enchantment. This is some flexible removal right here. Finally, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Card draw with like minimal kind of downside to it, right? You're gonna have something that, or even draw something that you don't mind discarding. If you're set on lands, discard a land. Hey, done. Anyway, 12 cents only. Oi. The list. Mardu Charm, 11 cents. Jeskai Charm, also 11 cents. Temur Charm, 13 whole cents. Bad luck, but anyway. Abzan Charm, 11 cents again, because we love 11. Sultai Charm, which I think is the best one, is only 12 cents. I gotta order some of those right now. Anyway, take it easy.